Just like a house, a camper van needs a proper subfloor and insulation. Welcome back to another episode of the Van Build. This episode we're going to be installing the subfloor and adding insulation. We start off by figuring out where we're going to put the 2x2s, and then we did a lot of cutting. So far what we did was we finished cutting all the pieces and we put it down. We also nailed every single section right here, so that way it ain't moving at all. We're going to start gluing all the 2x2s down onto the ground with this PL Subfloor adhesive. Don't make these mistakes. I completely forgot you had to poke a hole into this right here, and I was caulking it with the gun, and I kind of cracked the back of the stopper right here. This allows it to be just pulled back, but now it could just kind of go up and down the whole gun already. So I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, should have realized that you got to poke a hole through it. After gluing down the 2x2, we were preparing for the next day by cutting down 3/4 inch plywood to the shape of the van floor. And that's the insulation, make it fit, and then we're gonna nail it down with the plywood. So today we're gonna use sound deafener that I got from Noiko. I believe that's how you say it. So I'm gonna start setting up this, start cutting it with the scissors, and put it up. On the box it says they recommend using a roller, but honestly, I did a pretty good job without it. I just kind of pushed it from the edges all the way out and just kept going this way, and it's pretty smooth already. These are very, very flexible, and they're very, very easy to peel off, and they're pretty sticky. My fingers are a little bit black because of all this stickiness. Jada went back inside because she cut herself while putting up the sound deafener, and I was like, how is that possible? One is because the way it was cut, it's not one straight line. There's little pieces of like the foil that's kind of out, and I didn't realize it until I actually got one too. We're gonna put on work gloves instead. Okay, after like 2 hours, we're finally done putting up all the sound deafeners all over. There's some spots we missed, like over there. I mean, for the most part, all you really need is 25% of that specific area, and that should reduce the noise already. This is around 25% out of like the entirety, you know. I wish we had a little bit more, just a little bit more, but it looks good. Next up, we got the ceiling and wall insulation. If you want to stay warmer in the winter and you want to stay a little bit cooler in the summer, you're gonna need proper insulation. Where we were putting the insulations on the wall had a lot of rounded corners, so one thing I found really helpful was using cardboard to trace those rounded corners. So far those two are the easiest just because they're like pretty straightforward, kind of rectangular. But now I'm up to here. First of all, this is a circle, and there's this little odd shape here. So that's a lot of little cuts I need to make. That's kind of difficult in a way, and I'm just guesstimating it. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. Alright, let's try this. Woo! I mean, I had to fill in the cracks, but it's all good. We're using the Super 77 because I could not find any of the 3M90 adhesive because it seems like everywhere is out. So we just went to the closest hardware store, which was like Ace Hardware or something like that. Just got the 77. It works just as well, honestly. Based on reading online, you know, the 90 is a much more stronger adhesive than the 77, but it's holding up all the foam boards. So right now, what we're gonna do is I just got some rock wool so we could fit it in these other spots right here that's a little bit challenging with just these foam boards. So we're just gonna open it up, stuff these up. If we have extra, we're gonna stuff the top too, and we'll go from there. I'm just using an IKEA bread knife to do this, and it works pretty good. Definitely wear some long sleeve and put on gloves and stuff because I still feel the itch even though I have these long sleeves, because I do have a little bit open skin whenever I'm moving around. Okay, so today is a really nice day outside. It's like 70 degrees outside, so we're gonna make use of this weather and actually do the foam gaps to fill in all the gaps of the insulation. Quick update, I put up all the foam insulation back up and they stick really well because it's super hot today. Not super hot, but it's like in the 70s like I said earlier. But and it's just sticking really well compared to the other day, which was like 40 or in the 50s. So now we're gonna use some great stuff foam spray to fill in all the gaps, and the cracks, so that way everything it should be like more sealed. So we're gonna go on with that. And you just gotta screw this in all the way, so that way there is no gap at all in between. Then you turn this to green and you're good. You're good to spray. Just like a house, a van.
Please put this in the transitions.
All of the insulations back up, the phone.
Come
Quick.
here. Sorry.